Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. My name is Anthony Cadogan, and this is my sports history project. I was assigned the country Colombia, and I really found some interesting things about Colombia, and I'm glad that I was assigned this assignment. Let's get into it. To start off today, I'm going to talk about Colombia, the culture, the religion, the ethnic groups, and last but not least, the sports in Colombia and how significant the roles of sports have in their society. Let's first talk about Colombia's flag and their geography. Let's start with the flag. The national flag of Colombia symbolizes Colombian independence from Spain, gained on July 20th, 1810. It's a horizontal tricolor of yellow, blue, and red, on and north. Now, as you can see on the map to my right, the Republic of Colombia is a transcontinental country largely situated in the northwest of South America. Now, as you can see in the picture, we have Colombia. Then we have surrounding Colombia, we have other countries like Venezuela, Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, and then you have Panama over the island, over coastal waters. And you have the Pacific Ocean, and you have the Caribbean Sea. So, I'm pretty sure you know where it's located. Let's talk about the general population. Now, according to sources, 2007, Colombia is reported to have about 49 million people. The general gender population from ages 0 to 14 was 55% males to 45% females. The general population from ages 15 to 64 is about 7 million women to 16 million men. Now, the general population at ages 65 and up is about 21 million women to 1.6 million men in Colombia. So that shows that the older you get, basically the women live longer in that country. Languages and religion. In Colombia, more than 99.2% of Colombians speak the Spanish language. But not everybody speaks the Spanish language. You have others speaking Spanish language. You have other speaking languages like the American and the Creole languages. Colombia has a few belief systems. Catholicism is the most popular religion and still the main religion in Colombia by the number of Arabians. With an estimated 70% or more of that national population in Catholicism. Others, of course, are not Catholic. So, you have others that believe in atheism, which is a person who don't believe in a God or God in general. Then you have Ignatianism. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Ethnic groups. There's plenty of ethnic groups in Colombia. The majority of Colombians identify as being either European or mixed European and American Indian ancestry. Now, one popular group that takes up most of Colombia's population is the Mestizo. African Colombians is another ethnic group that takes up about 10% of the country's population. Now, on my right, let me describe the picture. You see four elderly ladies. Now, people will describe these women as mixed Europeans / African Colombians. And you see here they're cutting fruit. This is what they're doing on a daily basis. Talk about the sport and the cultural pursuits. Colombia have all types of sports in their country. Just like every other country, Colombia in fact has sports that other countries doesn't participate in. Some of the most popular sports in Colombia is football, which we call soccer in American, and bullfighting. Now I wanted to get more into bullfighting because I find it really interesting. Not a lot of countries allow bullfighting. Bullfighting became popular in the 1880s and has reached its peak in the middle of the 20th century. Many Colombians see the sport as a long-standing tradition. Now, when they mean long-standing tradition, as you can see, bullfighting started in the 1800s and still to this day is still a tradition. So, from hundreds of years from now, it probably will still be going on to keep the tradition alive. Significance of sports in society. The role of sports in Colombia plays a major role in society. Sports in Colombia includes professional sports leagues as well as amateur leagues for numerous sports, just like any other country, including America. Sports like football, cycling, and roller skating are the most popular sports in Colombia. Now, the reason why sports are so significant in Colombia is because one of their most popular sports, which is roller skating, has made the country go on a worldwide notice because of their elite roller skating athletes. According to Colombia.com, they stated that our professional skaters have brought back home 15 international titles in several disciplines/events. Now, to me, that's amazing. 15 international titles. Now, another significant way that sports is significant in Colombia is because every couple of years, the country hosts competitive worldwide games that have hosted important worldwide games where they have also excelled in performance as well too. For example, you have the Central America and Caribbean Games, which they hosted in 2006. Then you have the Copa America Games, which was hosted in 2012. And last but not least, the most popular one to me than everybody else is the World Games 2013. This not only brings more viewers and tourists for the country, but it also brings a lot of money, revenue, from the people that's visiting the country for that event. Millions and millions of people come from all around the world to gather up for the worldwide games just to see sports. That's how significant it is. It brings the whole country together as well too. Now, I wanted to talk about somebody that made Colombia, like that changed Colombia in a kind of way. I want to talk about Edgar Renteria. Edgar Renteria was the first African Colombian to play in the World Series. Edgar was born in Macapula, starting his career with the Florida Marlins in the mid-90s. He has been recognized multiple times with awards such as the Silver Slugger, the All-Star, and the Gold Glove Award. Now, for you guys who don't know about baseball, that's very tough to achieve just to get one of these awards I just stated. But to get all three, he got to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I actually think he is. He was so significant to Colombia because he started a new age for kids back in Colombia to follow his footsteps and also to follow their dreams of becoming a professional baseball player. And not just becoming a professional baseball player, to also excel and become a world champion one day and actually, play in the World Series and just be considered one of the greatest players of all time, like Edgar is. Let's talk about the 1975 World Swimming Championships. The reason why I want to talk about this because this is one of the historical events in Colombia. This is when they first started hosting games. The 1975 World Swimming Championships were so significant in Colombia because it was held in Cali, Colombia. So of course Colombia was the host country. It was the start of Colombia hosting popular worldwide events, as I stated. Whenever a country is hosting a worldwide sporting event, the country brings in millions of dollars from spectators, tourists, and of course athletes that participate in the event. That was very significant to the country. And I want to get a little more into that because when a country hosts a worldwide event, this is just not an international, this is just not just a country event, it's a worldwide event. They bring tourists, spectators from all around the country to gather up in that country. So businesses is going up, hotels, people need places to sleep in. It's just the city in general. The country in general is getting more and more money from these people. So it's a great way to make money. Now I want to state a little fun facts. Now I didn't really get into much about soccer, but those who know about Colombia, football, which they call football in their country, is the most popular sport in Colombia. The Colombian Football Federation was founded in 1924 and has been associated with FIFA and the CONMEBOL since 1936. Colombia's national team participated in the FIFA World Cup in 1962. That was the first time they ever participated. And to this day, they still participate in the World Cup every 4 years, I believe. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a basketball fan, so I had to state this fact. The 1982 World Basketball Cup was one of the most watched events the country has ever hosted, still to this day. Now, unfortunately, the country's basketball team hasn't lived up to expectations, and throughout the years, they haven't been successful. But hopefully in the future, who knows? Everybody has their ups and downs. And last but not least, Colombia's highest Olympic ratings was in the 2006 Olympic Games, where they was ranked 23rd in the world. I know 23rd might not seem high, but Colombia, it was. Like, being that they're usually ranked in the top at least 40 to 60 in the world, it's a lot of countries, it's very low. But being 23rd, they made themselves proud. And who knows, throughout the years, maybe they can get ranked higher. Maybe one day they'll be in the top 5. They achieved 3 golds, 2 silvers, and 3 bronze medals, which is a total of 8 medals. I know it's not a lot, but coming from Colombia, it's pretty much a lot. Now, here's my resources, and yeah, thank you for watching. It was bless me.